You want to feel pleasure during sex. You want to feel connected, but instead your body feels numb. Maybe your mind drifts. Maybe you feel pressure to perform. Maybe you're going through the motions and not really feeling much at all. And then the question rises inside of you, what's wrong with me? Today's intimacy question is, why do some people go numb during sex? So, welcome to the intimacy question, where I take the questions about sex, love, and intimacy that most people carry quietly inside themselves and answer them honestly with depth and through the lens of the body and the nervous system. In other words, I decode a question with what's going on underneath the surface. Because intimacy doesn't just live in the mind, it actually lives in the body. And when you understand what's happening beneath the surface, everything changes. So, I'm Amanda. I am a certified sex, love, and relationship coach. And I was once a woman that was disconnected from pleasure and my body. And now I help women to heal wounds around relationships, reconnect with pleasure, and create deeply nourishing, deeply intimate partnerships. So if this is your first time here, subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. And if you have a question about intimacy, your body, or your relationships that you want answered, drop it in the comments. Your question could be the next episode. So now let's talk. Sexual numbness is far more common than people realize. And because it feels so embarrassing, people rarely talk about it, which means most people who experience it don't they don't know that they're not the only one. They think that they're the only one. Or even worse, people ignore it. And the worst thing you can do when you feel sexually numb is ignore it. Guess why? It's not going away. Just because you ignore it doesn't mean it's going to go away. Okay, here's the thing about sexual numbness. It feels like you are the only one, like you're on the outside looking in, like there's a whole world of people having this beautiful, fun, connected time. And something is keeping you on the other side of the glass. So many people deeply want intimacy and pleasure, but when the moment comes, something in the body doesn't fully open. You might notice things like difficulty relaxing, trouble staying present, mind goes everywhere but where you are in the moment, feeling disconnected from your own body. And if you're with a partner, feeling disconnected from your partner's body. And pleasure feels sort of numb and muted, or it's just simply not there. And sometimes people assume that this means that they're somehow broken, that something is fundamentally wrong with their sexuality. And it's not a mystery once you understand what's actually going on beneath the surface. So, sexual numbness at its core is a nervous system response. Your nervous system has one primary job, it is constantly scanning your environment and asking a single question: is it safe? Is this safe? And if the body doesn't feel fully safe, it protects itself. This is completely natural. One of the most powerful ways that the body protects itself is through what we call the freeze or shutdown response. You've probably heard of fight or flight. Those are the active mobilized responses to a threat. Fight or flight, fight or fly, free, go somewhere else. But freeze is different. Freeze is what happens when the system determines that fighting or fleeing are not an option. When those are not an option, the body can shut down or freeze. The body goes quiet. Sensation gets dampened. Aliveness gets turned down. And for someone experiencing sexual numbness, This response can get activated for so many different reasons. Maybe you received messaging early in life that sex is dangerous or shameful. Maybe you had a painful, traumatic experience with intimacy. Maybe there's emotional disconnection in your relationship or a subtle anxiety that lives in your body, even when you can't name it, even when you can't like really perceive it fully. For example, if you're having an ongoing argument with your partner about sharing household responsibilities, and you feel like you're doing all of the household work, and you feel like your partner is doing nothing, and your partner is not hearing you, so you're feeling unheard. This creates a disconnection, which also contributes to numbness, and that's sexual numbness as well. But you should also know that the body doesn't need a dramatic reason to protect itself. It just needs to feel something is not quite safe. And instead of being flooded with sensation, what happens is the body turns down, turns down, turns down. It mutes, it shuts the door. And that includes shutting the door on pleasure, shutting the door on pleasure. And this can show up as a lack of interest or desire, emotional disconnection during sex, difficulty feeling pleasure, and a kind of a flatness or absence where aliveness should be. In other words, the body isn't broken, it is protecting itself. And there's a profound difference between those two things. Okay, so here's what I really need you to understand because this changes everything. Pleasure requires safety, full stop. I cannot emphasize this enough. Safety is not a nice to have. It's not a precondition you work around. Safety is essential. It is the very soil that pleasure grows from. When the nervous system feels safe enough, something remarkable happens in the body. The breath deepens, muscles soften, sensation becomes more available, the body opens. But if the nervous system senses pressure, emotional disconnection, unresolved hurt, subtle anxiety, the feeling of being rushed or unseen, the body tightens or shuts down, literally, physically shuts down. This is why trying harder doesn't work. You cannot willpower your way into pleasure. You cannot push through numbness into sensation. You cannot power through. Pleasure is not something you achieve through effort. It is something your body allows when the conditions feel safe enough to open, which means the path back is not about doing more. It's about creating more safety, more presence, more slowness. And this is exactly what I want to give to you right now. I will, I will share with you 3 ways to begin waking up your body gently, waking it up to pleasure, opening up to pleasure. But before I do, if you're a woman struggling in your relationship or feeling disconnected from pleasure, I have an amazing 2 hour deep dive session where you can get one on one time with me, coaching time with me to understand your relationship patterns and, most importantly, to transform these behaviors and patterns that are keeping you feeling hurt and stuck. So, I sincerely want to reach more women, and I have never offered my coaching at this rate. So, if you're interested in coaching with me about your relationship, intimacy, pleasure, go to the link in my bio. Okay, so now let's get back to the 3 practices. So, the first thing, number 1, we want to slow down outside of sex. Slow down outside of sex. So that means in life in general, go a bit slower, slow things down a little bit. You don't have to go at a snail's pace in your life, but you want to slow things down. Okay. So this one surprises people because it's one of the most powerful shifts that you can make. Okay. So if you want to feel more pleasure during sex, slow down in your life. Your nervous system doesn't suddenly switch modes the moment intimacy begins. It carries the pace of your entire day into the bedroom with you. So, if your day has been fast, pressured, overstimulated, your body is still in that state when you arrive at intimacy. And a body that feels rushed rarely opens fully to pleasure. So slow down outside of sex first. Take a few minutes during your day to pause, notice your breath, feel the weight of your body in your chair. Let your nervous system settle. These small moments teach your body what calm feels like, what safety feels like, and that memory travels with you. The second and powerful shift is simply becoming curious about your body during intimacy. Instead of asking, why can't I feel more pleasure? Try asking, what is my body actually experiencing right now? Notice your breath. Breath is really important in feeling pleasure, y'all. Notice your breath. Is it shallow? Is it held? Or is it free? Notice areas of warmth in your body, pulsing, throbbing, tingling, any sensations at all. And notice also areas of numbness. And yes, numbness is a sensation. If you feel numb, get curious. Ask yourself, what does it feel like to be numb? What does it feel like in my body to be numb? Does it feel like space in my body when I'm numb? Where does it live? Does it live in my belly? Does it live in my hands? What texture does that numbness have? You can learn so much from even numbness. And this is not about forcing a feeling, it's about listening, becoming someone who is in a relationship with your body rather than forcing or waiting or for it to perform. When we listen instead of pushing, the nervous system begins to soften. And when the body feels more listened to, pleasure naturally has more space to emerge. This is a gradual process. Day by day, begin to notice more and more sensation return. Okay? And you want to create a quality of slowness into that intimacy itself. Instead of moving quickly toward a goal, like, oh, I want to orgasm, I want to orgasm. Okay, instead of moving quickly towards that goal, bring curiosity. Let the moments last longer than you normally would. Adopt the attitude. I have all the time. Okay, here's a secret tip. Now, here's a secret tip I did not intend on sharing, but I'm going to share it with you all. When you touch, use your full hand. And especially your palm, use your full hand. And when you touch, apply gentle, present pressure. Gentle, present pressure. For some reason, a lot of people, men and women, think that lightly touching with your fingertips is like your fingertips only is pleasurable. It's not. Okay, maybe some people, this is pleasurable for them. But usually this is very irritating, like gentle, like fingertip touch only. Usually that's irritating for a lot of people. I'll put it like that. So what you want to do is touch with your full hand. Just try it and see the results. Okay. All right. So you want to pause instead of continuously moving forward, forward, forward. So have pauses as well and let yourself just be in the moment. Okay. Being in that moment. and not worrying about an outcome or what's going to happen. Okay. Now, let's close with a somatic practice. This is something you can do daily. It takes less than 5 minutes. And over time, it is genuinely life changing. Okay. I call it the body listening practice. So we always want to listen to our bodies. I know we're not accustomed to doing that, but we want to listen to our bodies. Okay. So you're going to find a comfortable place where you won't be disturbed and you can be seated or lying down. If you're seated, have something supporting your back, your lower back, okay? Have something supporting your back if you're going to be seated like I am right now. And the first thing you're going to do is arrive. Take 3 slow breaths. You're going to take those 3 slow breaths and you're going to feel the weight of your body making contact with the surface beneath you. Let your belly be soft. You don't have anything else you need to be doing. And there's nothing you need to be feeling in particular. Just arrive here in your body in this moment. You're going to pause. Okay. Then, number 2, you're going to soften your belly. Soften your belly. On your inhale, let your belly expand. Don't hold it. Let your belly expand. Most of us carry chronic tension in our abdomen. This is where a lot of unexpressed emotions live, right there in our abdomen and our gut. Let it be round and let it be soft. Breathe into it like you're filling a bowl from the inside. Take your time. Okay. Number 3, step 3, scan for sensations. Scan for sensation. Beginning at the top of your head, slowly move your awareness down through your body. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And you're not looking for anything in particular. You are simply noticing. You're noticing warmth, coolness, pulsing, tingling, pressure, electricity feeling, or numbness. Whatever is there, let's welcome it. Nothing needs to change, just notice. Okay. Number 4, find one anchor. An anchor, this is important. Find one place in your body that feels okay. It doesn't need to feel good. It doesn't need to feel super pleasurable. Just okay or neutral or safe or safe. Maybe it's your hands, your feet, the warmth in your chest. Just find one place and let your attention rest there for a moment. Okay, so let's find that place in your body. Let your attention rest there. Number 5, you're going to do a pleasure breath. You're going to inhale slowly and breath and imagine you're breathing into that place that feels okay, neutral, whatever that place you chose in your body. You're going to imagine breathing into that place. Let's say I'm choosing my hands. I'm going to bring that breath into my hands. I'm going to inhale, slowly breathing into my hands. I'll be sending warmth, softness, and attention into it. And as you exhale, let your body release just a little more. Do this for 5 breaths. You're going to do 5 breaths like that. Slow, no agenda, just your breath and your body. Okay? This is the practice. Do it every day for 7 days and notice what shifts. Even slightly. Even a slight shift is really, that's important and it's meaningful and it's transformative. These little shifts over time. Sensation is returning it's rarely very dramatic. So sensation returning is subtle. A little more warmth, a little more presence, a little bit more of you in your body. This is the beginning. Okay, so pleasure usually doesn't come when you push harder. So I'm going to just encourage you not to push harder. It comes from being with what is in the moment. It comes from giving the body more time, more safety, more presence, more gentleness to feel. Sexual numbness is not who you are. It is a message from your body that learned to protect itself. And healing begins the moment you stop trying to override that protection and start listening to it instead. Intimacy doesn't just live in the mind, it lives in the body. Okay? Always remember that. And your body, this body, the one you're in right now, is not broken. It is waiting patiently for the conditions to feel safe enough to open. Thank you. If this episode resonated with you, if you feel you've been living with this quietly and this is the first time it's been named without shame, leave a comment. I read as many as I can. And if you have a question that you want me to answer on this channel about sex, love, intimacy, your body, your desire, drop it in the below comments and subscribe so you do not miss next week's question. Well, I'll be talking about scent. How does scent influence attraction? Or even does it influence attraction? And until then, come home to your body. It's been waiting for you.